All right, guys. So unfortunately, the first thing we did today before any of the sets you saw, before the 495 for 10, 545 for 5, and 405 for 25 conventional, we attempted a 675 for 1 sumo deadlift with straps and didn't get it. Didn't even get close. Honestly, didn't even come an inch off the ground, so we got a ways to go. But yeah, that was the first thing we did, so obviously a little disappointing, but we'll get it one of these days. But anyway, guys, the moral of the story, and one thing I have learned, a lesson I have learned before attempting 675 next time, is you got to be overly prepared, or at least adequately prepared in terms of your rep PRs. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be strong enough where you're hitting sets that definitely correlate with at least a 675 deadlift max before attempting it again. So a few numbers I have in mind that I definitely want to get or at least get very close to before attempting 675 again would be a 495 for 15 deadlift and a 545 for 10 deadlift. I think those are two numbers that will definitely line right up with a 675 deadlift. I mean, Bradley Martin, for example, right around the time he hit 675 for 1 deadlift, he was deadlifting 545 for 10 and 495 for 15. So those are two numbers I want to get. Another thing to add, I might be kind of switching over to conventional because, you know, if you guys are good at gym math, you might know that a 405 for 25 deadlift is a lot stronger than 495 for 10 or 545 for 5. And the 405 for 25 was conventional, whereas the 545 for 5 and 495 for 10 were sumo. So, you know, a lot of people are stronger on sumo, but I might be, I don't know, a little stronger on conventional. I don't know, guys, because 405 for 25, pretty darn good, and the form was just clicking. So, you know, next time we attempt 675, it might be conventional. And the 495 15 and 545 for 10 that we want to hit before attempting 675 again, I think I'm going to do those conventional too, because obviously it makes sense that if you try to hit some rep PRs that they would be in the same stance as the single with 675 or whatever. So yeah, guys, one more thing I want to add. You know, I was doing some research and it seems that conventional will respond better to body weight gain than sumo, which I think most people would agree with. And I'm like the heaviest I've ever been in years at like 190-ish or a little more than that. So it would make sense that my conventional is gaining strength more than the sumo or whatever. So all the more reason to focus a little more on conventional than sumo, which is more technique based, versus conventional is more brute raw strength and responds better to body weight gain. So yeah, guys, unfortunately had to report that we failed 675. It's a little less disappointing seeing as we didn't even get close. It was like cemented to the ground. But yeah, so it might be a month or two before I try 675 again. I want to make sure I'm overly fucking prepared, or at least adequately prepared. So yeah,